I'm sure it's nothing you don't like. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey boys, what's going on? It's your boy Colazo here today, guys, and today I decided to make a video featuring the Arcanyst archetype in the game. I'm going to be running it with Argeon and not Songai, and the reason I'm doing that is because Argeon has some really fun combos you can do with the deck. Songai, I'm not the biggest Songai player in general, but Songai does has 4 wins, which is an Arcanyst, and same thing with Chakri Avatar. But I decided to go Linar, so I really want to show you guys this deck. It's super fun. I played 2 games with it so far, so it's kind of more of a fun deck. You're not going to be able to ladder very well with this deck, I don't think. But the deck itself is super fun, has some fun tricks and everything like that. So obviously we're running Argeon. His Bloodborne spell is just way superior compared to Zeron in this deck. You know, Zeron's really only good for the healing archetype. She's not really good for anything like this. Argeon, his +2 attack is just more superior. The first actual card we're running in this deck is Aegis Barrier. Now this card is very good. This card is so underrated in my opinion. Not being able to target a friendly minion with spells is great. So you throw this on your Albi Sage, and your Albi Sage immediately becomes a 4/6 if you play it the same turn that you played the Albi Sage, which is like one of my favorite combos. Is throw Albi Sage on an orb right on where you have exactly 4 mana. Throw it on an orb, you get that extra mana. Throw a barrier on it, and now they can't target it. The only thing that it's super weak to would be Dispel. Obviously, dispels really anything, so it really doesn't matter. Like light benders, chromatic colds can be a pain because chromatic cold targets the space. But mainly everything else, it's pretty hard for them to hit this because it can't be targeted by enemy spells. And don't forget, it draws you a card, and that extra card draw helps in the long run a lot. And this Aegis Barrier can be good on anything. We have Mana Forger in the deck. I've used it on Mana Forger in the past, to where Mana Forger lets me play spells extremely cheap, and everything works out, and I might get the win just because I was able to play that spell 1 mana cheaper. So definitely running all 3 copies of this. We're running 1 Magnetize. This card is fun as shit to use. If you use this on any of your creatures, pull them towards you, that could get you the win, you know? If you have a Mana Forger in the back of the map and you already buffed its attack, or not attack, its defense up to like 12 or like 13, 14, something like that, and then you pull it forward towards you, and then Divine Bond it, that's an instant win right there, and people won't see that coming. So running Magnetize is really fun. This is an optional card that you can sub out for something else, but I really like it. It's played very well so far, and keep in mind, this just doesn't work for your minions. It works for your opponent's minions as well, so you can pull anything with range towards you that's being a threat, or any other creature you really want to take care of. We're running 3 Lasting Judgments. Now, I haven't used the card a lot so far in the deck, but I really want to add some more removal in the deck, plus I really wanted to add more spells in the deck since like Albi Sage and we have Alcorn Lore Master, or Alcaloon, whatever his name is, Lore Master. So I really want to run a 2 mana spell like Lasting Judgment for that removal. So we'll see how it goes. I kind of like it so far in the matches I have played it with. It's worked very well. The only weakness with the deck so far that I found, or the hardest thing with the deck, is it doesn't have a ton of 2-drops. So you're really hoping to get a Mana Forger, which is our next card we're going to go over, or a Sunstone Templar, or even a Lasting Judgment in your open hand to take care of whatever they play, because normally you can kill off whatever they play turn 1. Anyways, next card we're talking about is Mana Forger. Now, Mana Forger is one of those key cards in the deck. This card allows you to play everything super cheap. It's a great 2-drops. You can even play aggressive to the orbs with this card, and then just back it off after you grab the orb. It's a great card. Run it. Here's another weird card we're running in this deck. It's Prism Barrier. Now, Prism Barrier gives your minion Force Field, and that is big. You can throw this on any of your creatures, and they instantly become more of a threat than they already are. And then with our Bloodborne spell, since we can buff their attack, you can buff anything that's weak on the field, like a Mana Forger. You throw a Force Field on it and buff its attack. It's a 3/3 Force Field, you know? And then by that time, I promise you, your Albi Sage has definitely buffed this thing's health up at least like 2 or 3 times. So, you know, Prism Barrier works very well. And the fact that we're playing them cheap, most of the time you're going to be playing it for 1 mana because of Mana Forger, because you always normally have one on the field. Prism Barrier can be a big threat to your opponent. The next weird card we're running is Sunstone Defender, or Templar, not Defender. That's so weird. Sunstone Templar. This card allows you to play more aggressive to your opponent and kind of slow them down at the same time, because your opponent doesn't want to attack this card at all because of its ability. So if your opponent attacks this card, you know, they're going to be losing this creature. Like, they have to kill it off in one hit because they don't want to keep getting things dispelled. So it's a pretty funny card to watch your opponent kind of play around. Sometimes they waste the removal just removing this, and we're going to have so many threats in this deck that this really isn't even a big one. This is just a form of Dispel that's a 2-drop and a kind of a pressure card for your opponent to deal with. But we're running 2 copies. My advice is, if you don't want to run the Magnetize, you can drop the Magnetize and up the Sunsteel Templars, or Sunstone Templars up to 3. Running 2 Tempest. What do I need to say about it? We needed a little bit of AoE for like Swarm decks, so Tempest does its job. We're running 2 Alkaloon Lore Masters. I don't know how you say that, so I'm going to just call them Lore Masters. We're running 2 of them. It's a very, very good card, Arcanyst. It allows us to bring back our Lasting Judgments, Prism Barriers. Sometimes you can pull back some really cool cards from your opponent that they have. And then everything works together because of Albie Sage, which is like the key component of the deck. And, you know, you're buffing up all your other creatures with him. So it's a really fun card to work with, and definitely if you throw like Prism Barrier on it, you know, it's instantly a threat. And then if you throw this down, you have an Albie Sage already on the field, you know, you play a spell that turn, it's a 3/3. So, you know, not a bad card. Runs very well in this deck. Next is Divine Bond. Now, Divine Bond is our win condition. You know, Arcanyst is a fun faction, or not fun faction, fun archetype to play, but it struggles in win condition. So I found that Divine Bond works as a win condition because of Albie Sage and its ability to buff not just Albie Sage, but your other Arcanyst as well. So now you have Divine Bond, you can throw it on anything, Mana Forger, Lore Masters, Prismatic Illusionist. There's so many things you can throw this on to buff up, and I'm talking about after Albie Sage already buffed up its health quite a few times, because more or less it did. So yeah, Divine Bond, great card, running all 3. Next is Prismatic Illusionist. This card can put in work. You can flood the board with this card. If your opponent doesn't take care of this card, then you're gonna have a ton of 2/1s on the field for them to deal with, and those 2/1s can become 4/1s with your Bloodborne spell. You know, one of them. This card can apply a lot of pressure to your opponent, and this is one of those cards that they're gonna have to dispel, or they're gonna have an army of 2/1s to deal with, because we have so many spells in the deck that we're running. We're actually running more spells than minions in this deck. We're running 19 minions, 20 spells. So we're going to have so many spells in this deck that we're just going to be creating these 2/1s like no tomorrow. We're running 3 Holy Immolations. What do I really need to say about it? It's a fantastic card. It always will be a fantastic card in any single line art deck you run. Definitely, since this is a spell-based line art deck, you know, how could I not include 3 copies of this? It's too good. Too good. Works without anything, really. What doesn't it work with? Running 2 Lightbenders as more Dispel. I feel like 2 is all we needed. I had 3 in here, but I took 1 out because I wanted to add some more 2-drops, and we were pretty heavy on 4 at the time. We might go back to 3 at some point in time. If I really like this deck and they keep this archetype going and they keep adding cards, just like my Lurking Fear deck, I'll try to keep this deck updated and keep giving you guys updated versions if this is something you guys really like and want to see. So we're running 2 copies of Lightbender. Maybe we'll up it to 3 in the future, but for now, I think it's good. Running 3 Albie Sage. Now here's the key component of this deck. Albie Sage. Albie Sage, it has a fantastic ability, and normally when you buff this thing up a few times, you know, that +2 health, +2 health, +2 health, Divine Bond that after like 4 or 5 times, and most of the time you can win the game. And then if you magnetize this thing to you, your opponent's going to rage about 90% of the time. It's such a fun card to play. You have to run all 3 copies of this deck. That's never going to change as long as we keep this deck alive. There's always going to be 3 Albie Sage in it. I love this card. It's my favorite card in the game, if anyone didn't know. I love the combos with this card. This card is just beautiful. Like I said, this card, if you play it on curve like you're supposed to, and you hit a mana orb with it, you can throw a barrier on it, and it's instantly a 4/6 that can't be targeted by enemy spells. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, I'll be Sage running 3 of them. Next, we're running 3 Trinidios. We do need a little bit of draw in the deck, a little bit of health, so it helps out. We're just gonna run 3 of them. What do I need to say about it? It's a damn good card, and it helps with the deck because it's spell based. Running 2 Fire Starters. Now, I haven't had a lot of experience with this deck so far, but Fire Starter, I don't think it's performed as well as it needs to. We're gonna see in the future if we keep it or take it out. I really want to keep trying it because I feel like I can make it work with the right cards. But we'll see, because like if you have a Fire Starter on the field and you get like a really good like rush spawn on one of your spell sparks, you can like move that spell spark forward and then holy immolation it, you know, some kind of weird play like that. You just got to kind of get good spawns with it. And it can be a really big threat. You know, it could be it's a 3/5 now, but if you have Albeast on the field, it can become something a lot bigger than that. Sorry about that sound. That's my speaker. I don't know why I did that. That's weird. But yeah, we're running 2 of them. We'll see if that stays. And last but not least, just in case Albeast Sage doesn't put in the work, you know, we got a 6 mana 7/7 in the deck. We're running 2 of them. That is Archon Spellbinder. This is a great card. This slows down your opponent a ton. This slows down Vaynar players. This slows down any spell-based deck because it's really, really, really hard for them to play all these spells. You know, you want to play spells as cheap as possible, so increasing the cost of your opponent's spells really, really, really slows them down. So Archon Spellbinder really does its job as a great late game card to throw down on the field. And, you know, it is a great Divine Bond target as well. You know, turning it to a 14/7 is beautiful. So, Archon Spellbinder, definitely run this. Another card I was thinking about adding is Eclipse. I've never played with Eclipse, actually. But, you know, I didn't have all that much spirit to spend, as you guys see. I only have 80 left. And I built 2 Archon Spellbinders instead, and I like them so far. I think they perform better than Eclipse for this type of deck because we have the Divine Bond in it, and it kind of helps with slowing down your opponent while you're doing all your fancy plays. So that's why I picked this card over Eclipse. Another card you could add into this deck is the Scientist. I played with it a little bit. I liked it because you're targeting a lot of things in your deck. Like you're targeting things with Holy Immolation, Prism Barriers, Lasting Judgment, Aegis Barrier. So it does give you a lot of card draw, but I feel like we already have enough between Trinity Oath and Aegis Barrier. I feel like that's all we really need. So I feel like Archon Spellbinder just does a better job than the Scientist does. But anyway, so that's the deck. I will bring you guys back when we get an actual game. Hopefully, we do good. So, see you guys when we get a match. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us a game. As you guys can tell, it's been a few hours since I last recorded. I did some streaming, and I did some other things, and I never really did the games to the Arcanyst deck. I played a few more since I made the deck. Not really feeling how it's turning out so far. There may be changes to adjust to it, but like I said in the part earlier, that, you know, this is probably a deck that we're just going to try to keep updated as best as possible. Right now, the meta is very mid-game-ish, so hopefully we can last, but we don't have a lot of, like, we don't have really strong threats in this deck, and that's what hurts us in the long run. We're going to start out with a Templar. We're going to place him up here, go for the top orb. We are playing Riva, so I'm sure we're going to see some Kiba Holders and some Heart Seekers. Aura into a Jux. Nope, into a Kiba Holder. Ah, that's fantastic. Alright, so I think we're gonna have to Tempest right off the start, and I really didn't want to, but really gave us no choice. That kills off the Kiba Holder, that allows us to kill off the Katara. That leaves our Sunstone Templar as a 1/2 that he can't touch. Alright, that's good. We got a barrier and an Albi Sage here, so those two work quite well with each other, as we all know. Lantern Fox, okay. Now what we can do is, since he played it there, we can move the Templar down and smack it and make sure that he doesn't get any Phoenix Fires, which is what we're going to do. Yeah, so I think we are gonna go up and take this top orb. What we're gonna do is, actually it doesn't matter, because once it's, I don't really care if we kill it, because if we don't kill it, it's only a 2/2, no abilities. So I think we play the Albi Sage into the barrier so he can't hit it. And we go down here and smack this here. No Phoenix Fires for him. Replace one Trinity Oath. Lasting Judgment's great. Right, in case he plays any ranged threats, it can kill him. You can kill off, you know, Heart Seekers. You can kill off any kind of ranged threat that he's going to throw down. We'll see what he actually does, though, because I'm not sure. Alright, Heart Seeker. Into a Kiba Holder. Yep. Into a Miss Dragon Seal. Yeah, we're gonna Lasting Judgment that real quick. Lasting Judgment here. We'll get rid of the barrier. Another Albi Sage, which is fine. We're gonna come down here. Knock that Lantern Fox out the way. And play a, do we want to play Templar? If I play Templar, play Templar here. Bloodborne spell it. That gives us a 4/10 Albi Sage. Also gives us a 3/4 Dispelling Machine that he can trade this into and hit it with this. But that would kill off the Healing Mystic and make it so his general can't move from that position, allowing our Albi Sage to hit him for damage next turn. And if we draw a Divine Bond, it's going to be a lot of damage that we can do. We also have Prism Barrier, which is pretty nice as well. If he opts to not destroy our Sunstone, which it looks like he's not going to. Never mind. Probably maybe a Killing Edge. No. Keep a Holder. Looks like he's deciding to go face. He's trying to go face and just win that way. Trying to just win with range units. That's so fucking lame. I try not to get mad, but like when people play like this and just hide behind all their units in the back, it's so goddamn irritating. I hope he can't win with whatever in his hand until we can at least Trinity Oath. Trinity Oath just at least gives us a bit more health. He's got one card in hand, so hopefully we can pull something out our ass. I bet you it's a Phoenix Fire. One card in hand, Phoenix Fire. Please. Okay, let's go. Trinity Oath up. Get some health. Unfortunately, no Divine Bond, which is what I'm actually digging for. I could Lore Master and get it back, actually, which is pretty nice. Holy Immolation's nice as well. I was going to see if we could get the Divine Bond. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get the Trinity Oath back, and I really want to block off his path from doing anything. Kill all his threats. We got a 416 right here, so we can probably Divine Bond that, hopefully. We keep drawing these Prism Barriers, which are really nice. Yeah. Of course. Of course, because why? Alright, well, let's get another fucking game. That's so irritating. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. We're playing a fucking Arcanyst. Okay. Drop that. We'll drop that. Alright, hand's not that bad. Let's move up here. We'll start out with the Mana Forger, and we'll call it a turn. Yeah, I thought we were going to come back that game too. Unfortunately, he had a Spiral Technique. 1 card in hand, Spiral Technique. I mean, I guess so though, right? We see a Dream Gazer. That's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we were playing 2 weird decks against each other. Into a dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Blade Adepts. Okay. Okay. To a Healing Mystic. Alrighty. Woo! Keep them coming. If I take 4 mana, what can I do? How about we Lasting Judgment this, right? We come over here. We punch this. Come down here. I really want to give him Force Field? Not really. If I don't though, he'll die next turn. I'll just feed him a card. Well, I don't really have any other plays, so we're gonna give our Mana Forger Force Field. Take the Healing Mystic out. That clears off 2 of his 3 minions. We left him the 1/1. We did leave him the 1/1. He's at 4 mana, so we could see a Holy Immolation. I mean, I would highly doubt it because he can't kill off our Mana Forger. If he did, like, because this would die first before he gets rid of the Force Field. He's played a lot of 2-drops already, so I'm believing that he's probably... I mean, even with Dream Gazer, it's clearly that he's Tempo or he's some kind of replaced deck. Probably Tempo. Probably Tempo. Herald. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, he's running out of cards. There's got to be a Trinity Oath coming soon. That's the only reason he'd fly through this many cards this fast, in my opinion. I don't really see another reason why anyone would fly through that many cards. All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna get an Albi Sage here on board. Albi Sage, Bloodborne spell here. Punch that. Punch that. And call it a turn. Actually, we're gonna get rid of this Sunstone Templar. Lightbender is great. Another Mana Forger is great. I kind of hope we get a any kind of buffs like right now. Right now, our hand's full of minions, and we really don't want that. We want some spells. Trinity Oath would be great to have in hand. Alright, so yeah, he's gonna kill off our Mana Forger, unfortunately. I mean, we are clearing his entire board though, so... Or almost. Sentinel, huh? That was a good play for him. Holy Immolation would be absolute clutch right now if he could draw it. Lasting Judgment. Okay. I think we are going to move back, move up, play probably another Albie Sage. Unfortunately, I don't have any spells to play this turn. I could get a Prismatic Illusionist on board as well. I'm thinking if that's actually the better play. I just put the Illusionist like back here. We're gonna take a bit of damage. We're down to 13 health, but his board's almost clear. I mean, his board is clear. His hand's almost empty. What do we got? He's at 6 mana, so there's a number of things he could play. He is after only 3 cards in hand. We have Lasting Judgment. We have Holy Immolation. We have a Lightbender. We have pretty good options. Tiger would kill off this. He doesn't have Bloodborne spell, so he can't kill off this. I mean, he could Tiger and then hit it. That's an option. Alright, he's gonna throw down a Lion. Probably another damn Sentinel, I bet you. Fucking Sentinels, man. Okay, I'm gonna move down here to make our odds of this spawning somewhere along here. Or move up. I think we're gonna throw down a Albie Sage here. We're gonna Lasting Judgment this. Oh yeah, these don't have Rush. I was thinking it had Rush. I don't know what I was doing. But since we did that, he gets the +2 because he's an Arcanist and Albie Sage was on board. So shit worked out. Shit worked out in the end. I'm looking for a Divine Bond. I'm looking for Divine Bond. Sunstone Templar can go. I mean, Sunstone Templar's alright. We might actually play it, but I have to replace one of 3 cards in order to try to get a Trinity Oath. And I'd rather keep the Dispel, like the instant Dispel, in the Holy Immolation than the maybe it dispels 2-drop. I'm feeling an Ironcliff Guardian. Oh, no. What are we playing? Tempo? Unless, I mean, I doubt he's running it. It's probably alright, Scintilla's alright. For him, it's good. It gets him health. He's just gonna go face, it looks like. Boom, boom, boom. Martyrdom. Yay, Martyrdom. That sucks. Ooh, hello. That's good. That's good for us. Move him up. Move him back. Move him back. Throw this guy here. Bloodborne spell our illusion here. Illusion takes off the Scintilla. Gets us another illusion, by the way. That leaves us an Archon Spellbinder on board. With the way we are positioned, though, we are, like, Holy Immolation right here is going to go off. We do have a 7/7 on board that he looks like he has the answer to. I mean, we get 7 health at least, right? Unfortunately, he had the answer. Unfortunately, he did have that answer. We get rid of the Divine Bond. Biggest barrier it is, I guess, right? It's like how many things can we get out on the field? Divine Bond is not what I wanted to see. Not what I wanted to see. We'll keep our hand. Oh, there's a Trinity Oath. That's fantastic. That's actually what we really needed. That's what we really needed. We are still sitting on the Lightbender in case there's anything, yeah, like something like that comes out. Fortunately, I don't really actually have a placement I could throw the Lightbender in that it doesn't hit the Prismatic Illusionist, which is quite awful. We're gonna Trinity Oath here. Try to milk this thing while we can. I could Alcon Lore Master and get my Trinity Oath back. Ain't that some shit? I do have double Holy Immolation, but Holy Immolation doesn't do anything. Actually, no, Holy Immolation keeps this alive. And then I smack it. I think it's worth it too, because right now this is going off. And we're about to go face with this, actually. Yeah, we're gonna go face, because we can do a ton of damage right now with this. Our hand's pretty full as well. We're sitting on a... No, we did not Lore Master, that's right. I was gonna Lore Master, get the Trinity Oath back, but that was definitely a better play. It kept our everything alive. Besides still one illusion that we had to waste, but it is what it is. Ooh, Ruby Rifter, mad respect. I love Ruby Rifter as a card, to be honest. Fortunately for him, he's not getting any draw. Since he ran through his hand so quick early game, it was just destined that we were going to get the win. He didn't get no card draw. That's unfortunate. We're going to play one more game with this Arcanyst deck. So far, it's alright. Definitely not a deck you can ladder with. It's more of a meme deck if you guys are interested in playing it. But I really want to bring you guys something a little different than just the normal decks you're used to seeing. Arcanyst, this is a deck I want to work on, and it's a deck I want to build. So I hope you guys really do have suggestions that I can do for this deck. Right now, it's not at its strongest. I think right now, like my Lurking Fear deck is no fucking joke. That deck goes off on people. That deck does indeed go off on people. Hopefully we can get another win. I really want to show you guys at least 2 of 3 wins, because I'm going to show 3 matches. That first match, you know, really got me. I'm really upset that he had us with Spiral Technique. Anyway, another pretty bad hand. I think I might take out the Lasting Judgments out of this deck. I thought it would be good because we're running more of a spell-based deck. But it's turning out to hurt us in the long run. I would drop the Holy... No, what? Rather drop both Divine Bonds. We're not going to Divine Bond anything early game. Like, this hand's pretty bad. Drop the Prism Barrier. Alrighty, great. I'm hoping that he does not play Grow. If he plays Grow, I can't deal with it. If he plays Grow, I can't answer it because this only kills thing with 3 health. If he plays a Rancor, we can kill off Rancor. We could be seeing more. I've been seeing more Face Fath like people out there today. I played like probably like 4 or 5 Face Fath, or one-man army Vath. Sorry. Alright, so he flashed Reincarnation, so I'm wondering what he's actually going to play. I'm thinking a Sunsteel Defender, and if he does, we're just going to go walk up, smack it, and then hit it with a, Alright, yeah, that's fine, whatever, fuck that card. Ah. Oh, what? Oh, because he played it for 0 mana, and okay. That makes sense. My bad. I didn't quite understand how the fuck he just did that. I need to start developing my board. And I think this is how we're going to do it. We're going to play a Mana Forger back here. We're gonna smack him and then Lasting Judgment him. Get rid of that. At least we have Mana Forger out. This is only 1 health, so I'm not really worried about it. So at least we can start doing some plays instead of doing nothing. You know, he is sitting at 4 mana. If he is playing more of a Phase Vath deck, which I'm not really sure at this point in time, because he did flash out a Rancor to get out at Earth Sister early, which in the long run it did 5 damage, but I took care of it quite easily. If I didn't have the answer, that would have been a really good play for him. But I don't think it was worth it because now he has 3 cards in hand. He is taking the top orb, Sunsteel Defender, which is fine because we can hit him with a pretty dope Holy Immolation this turn. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Oh shit, amplification on that thing? Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Ooh, that hurts. How can I do this? How can I do this? I can't play both of these because the first spell is cheaper and then the next one's not. Do I take 4 damage? That's the question. I don't think so. I think I just... run backwards. Lasting Judgment that. Run this way. Play that and then Bloodborne spell it. That way it can't die to Vath. It can't get natural selection because of the Mana Forger. If it hits it, it dispels it. It dispels Vath too. If Vath buffs it up, buffs himself up. Alright, no, he's not doing it. We're about to see a War Beast. 2 cards in hand. It's a Shroud? Oh, just my fucking luck, man. It's a fucking... He had Shroud in hand. Holy Immolation would have went dope. Yeah, that's upsetting. Listen. Oh, bro. Give me a break. This deck's so aggro, man. This guy's just not getting out of my face. Been in my face all game. He's no cards in hand though, so I really just... I need to take care of what's on board, and then I'll be able to do something. This has to die. This right here. This can die. I don't know what to do. I want a Holy Immolation, but I magnetize. Holy Immolation would then cost 4, but how do I... Their only play. I couldn't do nothing else. I need to clear the board. He has 1 card in hand. Let's just hope to God it's not a rush minion. And if it is, so be it. We lost. I went for something risky, and it didn't work for me. I'm at 4 health, man. Anything with rush is just gonna shut me down. Even with this Trinity Oath, I don't think I'm gonna be of much help. I'm literally just trying to do everything to draw cards and try to draw an answer, which he's an answer, but if we get trapped in this corner, it's not going to be good for us. Not going to be good for us at all. What is he going to throw down? I hope if literally if anything with rush hits us, we're pretty much done. Other Sunsteel Defender, that's hard for us. At this point in time, that's a hard card to deal. That is a hard card to deal with. Now, if I Fire Starter... Fire Starter's gotta go. Divine Bond. Hello, beautiful. I'll be Sage. No, I can't do that. What if I just double Holy Immolation? Is that a thing? People do that? Can I just sit here and do this twice? That's like in 2 Entropic Gazes that I just used for 7 mana. Well, the old Entropic Gaze, I wish it was still like that. That was our only play. I literally can't do nothing else. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. He's gonna trap me in. I can't run from him at this point. I mean, I could if I Bloodborne spell here, kill that off. Do I have my Bloodborne spell? I think I do. Kill that off, run up. Oh no, whoa. Prism. Bloodborne spell. Wait, I think I can do this. Kill that off. Run up. I'll be Sage. Maybe I can do this. Possibly. We'll see. Any rush minions, then we're dead. We're automatically dead with any rush minion. I hope he doesn't draw one. Nope, he's got Plasma Storm! Yay! Plasma Storm! He fucking replaced into it. Fuck me, man. This deck is so hard to play. If anyone gets really good with this deck, I applaud you, because it's fucking impossible. So that's Arcanyst, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Unfortunately, I did really bad. I gotta mess with the deck a lot. I gotta mess with the deck a lot. Unfortunately, like I said, I did pretty bad with it, so, you know, what can you do? What can you do? But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know, give Arcanyst a try. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, tell me your deck list if you got a really good one. Or if you guys have suggestions to take out or add things. Right now, I'm just kind of messing around with it. But anyways, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And as always, I'm your boy Clazo. Hope you guys keep on dueling, and I will see you guys next time.